Oh, good morning. God damn. What's going on? Just sipping some coffee. Just sipping some coffee here. Um, just doing a little bit of a live before I hit the studio and work out today. Cause what the fuck else am I gonna do while I sip my coffee? I mean, I don't know. I could watch YouTube, but I don't know. Let me bring you guys in because we're gonna have a chat. I could watch YouTube, but have you guys been on YouTube recently? I'm assuming catching you guys here. I'm assuming you've been on YouTube recently. A lot of the shit's brain rot content. Even if you, I don't know. A lot of it's just brain rot. Even if you try to find stuff that isn't brain rot, there's so much brain rot in it. Like, try for a minute one of these times watching one of your YouTube videos, your favorite YouTube videos, without looking at it. Just listen to it. Tell me it's not absolute brain rot. Or, oh God, and we never notice until years later. That's the thing. We never really notice until years later, and then we're like, let's leave that in 2026. It's like, yeah, I mean, how did it even make it this far, you know? To be honest, it shouldn't have made it this far. And, the fact that it did is a whole different concern. But that's what they say. That's what they say. So I try to warn you folks, hey, you know, the stuff we're doing recently, it's fucking stupid. And as soon as we get, even with AI nowadays, making it real quick, all it's gonna take is like 2 days for most people to regret their posts. With the way that AI evolves and shit. Imagine you post something and 2 days later you regret it. And that's what it's coming down to, boys. That's what it's coming down to. But I don't know about you. I just don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that regrets his posts. Right? Who the fuck wants to be the guy that regrets their posts? So I do this magical thing. Hear me out for a minute. It's called think before you speak. Oh my God. Just bear with me for a moment. I know this is a new concept for many people. It's called think before you speak. And pretty much what it entails is okay, I'm going to put something online. Let me make sure that it's, forever. Let me make sure that it's something that I agree with and is forever going to be true before I throw it online, because online is permanent. Okay? Again, we learn from history, all right? You take a look back at the content people were making in 2012 and you start to cringe. But you didn't see it in 2012. Why didn't you see it? Because you were living in 2012. You don't see it if you're living in 2012. But me, I'm not living in 2026. I'm living in 2036. So when I see shit from 2026, and I'm like, oh God, just know I'm being honest. Just know I tried to help you. Just know I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. I'm like, yo, you're walking towards a cliff. You're walking towards a cliff. 2026 is cheesy, bro. But like I said, the thing that prompted it all, go watch one of your favorite YouTube videos in 2026. Go watch one of your favorite YouTubers in 2026. And then just listen to it without watching it and tell me it's not fucking absolute brain rot. I mean, it's insane. It's nuts. I don't know how people do the content that's being made these days. It's drives me nuts. And it's not even, it's the fact that, you click on like a video about, I don't know. I don't know, name something, bro. You click on a video about like nonfiction in the library, about the nonfiction section in the library, and they tell you everything about how books were categorized in the first place. Like, dog, I don't need to know that. It's the way that all these videos are set up to assume that I'm completely retarded at first. And so they're like explaining it from ground zero, filling my brain with a bunch of useless crap. And here's the thing, I was told many times it's better to be good at one thing than to know a lot of mediocre shit about everything. So why the fuck am I listening to how the fuck books were categorized in the first place if I'm trying to learn about nonfiction? Yeah. I think that's the one, bro. I think that rant is the one. I think I just pulled something right there, bro. Because no, it's serious though. Because when you get on there and you're watching a video, you're like, I'm not dumb. You go on, you're like, I'm not dumb. The reason I study is because I'm not dumb. I decide my IQ with my actions, right? If I want to be smarter, just study, put my brain towards something more. But they're like, you got to learn all this other bullshit. It's like, what about, being like a master of all trades, not being as good as being an expert at one thing? What happened to that? Why am I learning about all this shit around it? And like, you YouTubers have no excuse. Because you can make content more efficient if you weren't fucking teaching people like they're absolute retards. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a YouTube channel for the non-retards. I guess you have to look up like each individual topic for that sort of thing, but I don't know. I don't know. Talking to my fucking mama bear, y'all. Talking to my mama. I was blessed with parents who, hear me out. Hear me out, dog. They're not divorced and they're both alive. Oh my god. Dude, dude, that's so rare these days. Okay? It's so underrated and you don't learn to appreciate it until you find some fucking friends who have fucking mommy issues and daddy issues. I mean, you just you just fucking don't realize what a blessing you have until you see the people who don't. And then sometimes it even takes saying some of the wrong shit to those people for them to fire back at you and be like, fuck, I actually got this fucking, I actually got a fucking family. And I said something pretty fucked up here. Like, it definitely takes, I'm 24 years old. I've said some fucked up shit to some people that I've had to take back before. I'd like to think I'm at a stage now where I don't say things like that, but back in the old day, um, I definitely wasn't a stranger to any of that. And 4 likes, I'm grateful. Uh, I see that. Just know I see that, and I am appreciative. I might not say it. The thing is, I might not say it, dog. But I appreciate you. Every everybody that liked the live, I appreciate you. Hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you guys run into zero issues with human resources this week. May every man who is able to handle an edgy joke be given a pass on their controversial statement this week. You know, that's the vibe we're rolling with. Oh my god, it's so high class. It's so classy. This is like once in an empire type shit, y'all. I don't think you're ever going to see this anywhere else. You're looking at what American class looks like. Okay? It's coffee. It's coffee on an elliptical bike. Okay? And you know what? You know what? Americans ain't sorry, dog. We're not sorry. You gotta join us. Because you're not beating us, bro. You gotta join us. Shit. But that's the way it goes. Freedom. Freedom of choice. Free will. The many things that we get here in America. The freedom to be able to stand up and say, yo, all these YouTubers are fucking brain rot. And, simply because they are doesn't mean they should be able to silence me and, you know, get their fan base to hate me and not ever listen to anything I say. That'd be ridiculous, right? I mean, that really would defeat the whole purpose of free speech. I think at the end of the day, you have to think about what the intention was behind these laws in the first place, too. Half the job is just interpreting the Constitution and enforcing it. The other half is like, okay, what the fuck did free speech intend to do in the first place? Well, free speech was originally made for like accountability purposes. Like people who would silence someone else because they were speaking a harsh truth about them. The reason that First Amendment was put in place was for the accountability aspect, so people could be held accountable, right? We've seen that over the past 5 years. We've seen that over the past 5 years where people are literally just cowards. They're cowards, right? And then you say something to them, you call them out on something right to their face, right? You're like, hey man, I saw you doing that. And then they run away. Or they hide, or they block you, or something. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Um, it wasn't just. So, a lot of people, bring up, a lot of purists, what I call the purists. They just read the text exactly as it's written in the Constitution, which does state that the government cannot pass a law that restricts the speech of the people. So think about that. The government cannot pass a law that restricts the speech of the people. That doesn't mean that a Facebook group admin can't block you out of their page. That doesn't mean that a job can't fire you over your words. But let's also not be completely naive and think that, okay, the forefathers that wrote those laws, the people that wrote those laws before us, their only intention was to stop the government from silencing people. No, I don't think that was their only intention. I think that that was the only people they were truly worried about silencing people at the time. I don't think that corporations and governments and businesses, I don't think that corporations and businesses have ever had as much power as they do now to be able to silence people and actually take control of a narrative or the story that's told over generations. They've never had that much power until just now. So it's a tricky subject, but the truth is, I'm pretty sure, and I have it in good faith. And look, if anyone wants to have a debate about it, we can. But I have it in good faith that the intention with that was to foster just free speech in general, openness and honesty. I don't think that it was just like a specific thing about the government. I don't think that was necessarily the case. I don't think that was the case, and we have a very good case for that now, because the more that people get fired over their words, the more that people get fired over, just quite frankly dumb shit, rather than like what they're actually capable of and what they're actually doing. The more that people get fired over dumb shit, the more we have a case for it. Is like, we weren't doing this right from the jump. So, you know, just something to think about, because I don't want everyone to think that I don't want everyone to think that that was the purpose of the law. They made a mistake. It was a mistake. It was an accident. It wasn't intended to happen like that. We got pretty close. We definitely got pretty damn close to what the intention was, but those slight shifts, in policy over what's been like 250 years has made quite a drastic difference.